Hello, welcome to Gamer Radio Zero. I'm your host, Mike Lasco, also known as Gamer Zero, and I'm here in the Sagamore Ballroom where we had the big D&D 4th edition announcement Thursday night. With me here is Steve Schubert, who's the lead developer on Dungeons & Dragons Minis. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So it's been a kind of a crazy, hectic weekend. A lot of people asking questions. I see you got your D&D 4th edition button.
Yes, ask me about 4th edition.
So people have been asking you?
Yes, they have.
What question have you been hearing the most?
The biggest question I've seen is just basically, what is it? It's sort of a general question,
right.
But I think right now, since we've just announced, haven't had really a lot of information about the specifics of the game. People don't know what specific questions to ask.
So they don't know what they need to know yet?
Not yet. Hopefully they will as we start rolling stuff out online, but yeah, right now it's sort of this big new thing that people are a little afraid of, but they really shouldn't be, because it's going to be an awesome game.
Okay, that's cool. So with you're a big mini guy, obviously. So one of the questions I've seen on the forums and stuff is people saying, well, wait a second, does this mean all my old minis are no longer any good and I have to buy all new ones? Is that true?
Not entirely, no. We're going to be launching our new D&D Minis game next April. Okay. And when we do that, we're going to make efforts to try to bring some of the minis you have into the new game. Okay.
So it's not like you have to go out and buy everything new, but we can't guarantee everything's gonna fit in.
Right. It is a new game, and we're going to be doing a lot of conversion work and taking on a lot of work to try to make sure that some of the minis you have can be used, but we don't have the resources right now to translate all 700 plus minis that are in the environment.
Right, it's a huge stock of stuff there, so it's going to take some time on that. But 4th edition really, on the books, isn't releasing until May.
Right.
The minis are coming up in April, so this is kind of like the first 4th edition product.
It sort of will be. The minis are going to have stat blocks on the back of the stat cards that have stats from the monster manual for those monsters, so you'll be able to use those immediately, obviously, if you're trying to run a D&D game in May, but it is sort of a first glimpse at D&D, at the new D&D.
So that's pretty exciting. Now, for me, if I was going to buy some minis, I'd probably think, well, shouldn't I wait until April to buy more? But that's not necessarily the case. You guys have something coming out in November, right?
We do. We have the Desert of Desolation set coming out in November, which has some desert-themed minis like a mummy and other desert-themed stuff, but also has a lot of new minis that are a preview of what we're doing in 4th edition. A lot of our new art, the concept art we were working on, our new troll, for instance, the big troll that's over in the corner here. Yeah. We have an actual, the 3-inch size version of him.
So really, it looks like the same as that troll?
It looks like the same as that troll.
That's awesome.
But that's a bit of a preview of the art, but also the existing miniatures game is still going to keep rolling until next year. And then as we get closer to the release of the new miniatures game, we're going to start releasing new stat cards for the miniatures that you're going to buy this year. The Desert of Desolation set, the Night Below set, the Unhallowed set, and then even a number of minis from previous sets as well. Okay,
so can you guarantee right now on Gamer Radio Zero that anything I buy in November I can use in 4th edition?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everything.
Every single piece that you buy in November in your Desert of Desolation set or anything from sets this year, you'll be able to use not only in your D&D games but also in your D&D Minis games.
Right. Okay. Great. So overall, what's your feeling been for this Gen Con?
It has been crazy. I'm a little tired. My voice is a little gone right now.
I get a little growth going here.
Yeah, it's been so far just over 3 days of a lot of excitement. It's really great for us to finally get a chance to talk about the games we're working on.
It's funny. Right? That's what a lot of Chris Perkins and everybody I've talked to has said that they've been bursting to talk about this for so long, and they had to kind of say, couldn't really say much. Right. And now finally.
And the key is we're at a point now, because we've been playing the game, we've been developing the game and creating the games, both the minis game and the RPG game, that we're excited to play it. And we know that everybody right now is sort of in a different place, right? They're just learning about it. They're still a little hesitant, but really once they start seeing how the games play, I think it'll be too easy to jump on board. And
I was talking with Mike Burles just earlier this morning, and he said that it's been a very, very high energy Gen Con, because usually we have a few things going on, a few books, a few releases, and people but this time everybody's been coming up and saying, tell me about 4th edition, what's going on? So has that been fun and draining, or both?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, I always love answering the questions when people come up and ask, and that's always been the case for minis, right? I always try to make sure that people understand what's going on in the game. And yeah, it's a lot of fun this year to just have something to talk about that's cool and exciting like this.
So we have all kinds of competition going on around us for D&D minis, and you've been hanging out, and you've just kind of really been observing and trying to take in what's been going on?
Sort of watching what people are playing, figure out how people are playing our game, both the D&D game and the minis game. There was a community draft tournament that some of our web board members had organized. Had over 100 people turn up for a minis tournament last night that I got a chance to play in because it wasn't sanctioned.
Oh, because we can't play in like sanctioned events.
Exactly.
We're not allowed. But so that's sweet.
Yeah, so I played in that. That was a lot of fun. It's been a great time.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, Steve Schubert, lead developer on Dungeons & Dragons minis for Wizards of the Coast. Thanks for taking the time to come on Game Radio Zero.
No problem.